everybody, Samara Riviera here with one of my original first-time supporters of VivaLaRiviera.com, which I will always remember, Miss Dominique Jackson. How's it going, my love?
Well, I'm well. Well, when you first met me, it was actually, I was going by my stage name, Tyra A. Ross. But since the show, I've decided to own who I am, you know, and let Tyra A. Ross take a break, and I'm Dominique Jackson. So, same woman. Same woman.
No matter what name you use.
Right.
I have to say, and I know I told you this before, and a lot of people share this spot with me. You are our community's Naomi Campbell, supermodel Tyra Dominique Ross.
Well, first off, that is really a major honor because Naomi Campbell is like the actual queen of the catwalk. That is like, for anyone to even consider me, and I know how the LGBTQ community holds Naomi Campbell, so that is a real accolade for me, and I'm truly honored.
Of course, you deserve it. But before we get into all the fabulousness, let's talk about tonight, 2016 Freedom Awards. You're hosting tonight, right?
Yes, I sure did, yeah, and it's amazing to me because there's so many services out here for transgender people, and they have to be able to access these services, and I don't think that there's a connect between the organizations and the population that they're trying to serve.
That's why we're here doing this interview, so we can get the word out about transgender legal defense. They help girls with changing their name and, you know, a whole bunch of work that they've done for the trans community, right?
A name change can be so important, and I didn't realize it because my name is Dominique, so it's universal, I guess. But when you have someone with certain names that are more societally influenced to be masculine, what you have is someone saying, I need to be able to be called this, and this is a major step for me. And so for those people who are trying to change their names, they're trying to establish identity. And to establish your own identity, and people are telling you that, no, you can't have your own identity, you're going to be who we tell you you are. You know, transgender legal defense, you know, this is what is needed. This is why their work is here, and it's so awesome.
Absolutely, and today we were honoring some of the people that they work with, some of the organizations, you know, companies like HBO and all the attorneys that, they volunteer, they work for the organization.
A lot of the attorneys are doing their work pro bono. Sullivan, and I don't want to get these incorrect, but there's, I think, Cromwell and Sullivan. Some of the sponsors tonight were like Viacom, of course HBO.
We really do have to give credit to, you know, the attorneys and everyone that is working pro bono for the organization, right?
Right. So it's Kirkland and Ellis, Gibson Dunn, you know, HBO, Sullivan and Cromwell, of course, and of course, one of the major things about tonight that I'm so, like totally taken aback by, is that the Attorney General of the United States, Loretta Lynch, her message to us, her video message was really deep, moving, and amazing. And on the podium while I was introducing, I said, I believe her. And I believe when she says that they are going to strive for equality, that they're going to strive that we don't have to deal with HB2 laws like in North Carolina. You know, that, you know, now in New York City, the insurance pays for all surgeries that we have. They want us to pay for insurance, but when it comes to the necessities, they try to tell us it's not worth it. Cuomo fixed that, you know, de Blasio. So, this has been so amazing, and now we have the support of the U.S. Attorney General. That is like beyond awesome.
I know, we definitely have to thank, the Transgender Legal Defense. Look them up. Girls, if you need your name changed, if you need any kind of legal support, they are here for you, right?
Yes, of course, legal support, and they're partnered. I mean, like 200 name changes. You have over 96 lawyers working with these people, attending seminars for trans sensitivity and stuff like that. So the world is saying, yes, they are here. Let's try. We just have to get everyone on board.
Right. And I do have to say, this is New York East Coast, for the people out here anyways, the girl.
Yeah, for people in New York City and on the East Coast, this is also extremely important. I don't think there was much of a push as it was in California for rights and stuff like that. But California, I think, is more about gay rights. Now they're trying with the transgender rights. But New York City, the East Coast, has always been and striving for transgender rights. Because let me tell you something, honey. We were at the forefront of this movement. No matter... Right. And even before that, you had Crystal LaBeija, who was working already to say that trans women deserve the right and we're supposed to be here. And so, yeah. So it's amazing that we have to fight so hard just to be ourselves, and we are judged and marginalized because of other people's fears of their thoughts of us.
Right. So we're getting further, getting advanced. Thank God for, this organization and many others.
Yes.
But now let's talk about you, your fabulousness. We got to talk about Strut and Oxygen. Tell us about that.
Well, as a cast member of Strut, I must say that I'm really thrilled to be a part of it. I was so nervous in the beginning because even though I said I don't want any ratchetness, I don't want that, because that's not the kind of woman I represent. I am not that type of woman. And even though we do have moments, but
the kids.
Exactly, but for me, Oxygen provided a platform for us to showcase ourselves. We filmed for many, many, many hours, and they took from that our reality. They made everything authentic, and they made us present as the people we are, which are human beings. We go through the same struggles with love and marriage, and to be honest with you, it's about our careers. But people have been so involved in our personal relationships that it's like, oh yeah, she got a booking, she's in this magazine, or she's doing that. But what about her husband?
You gotta know the tea.
Yeah, as always, but I don't mind because sharing my life, and most of my castmates, I cannot speak for them. I really cannot. But from the conversations that we have had, many of them have expressed the same thing, which is we're doing this so that people will know that we're here, and they'll get over the phenomenon of, oh my gosh, this can happen, and then we can all get to work.
Right, exactly. Which is what it is. We just want to have our fabulous careers as well as any other supermodel.
Well, I will say this. There are many transgender people in positions that are commendable, that are like woe-worthy. But it's so much easier to film the life of someone already in entertainment, because like Ayanna Elliott, who is a PhD, right? You couldn't film her life because you'd have to get her patient's consent and all that stuff. But it's easier to film models because we're already out there. So it's not a case of saying, oh, they're superficial again. It's more a case of saying, it's easier to film the models because they're already out there than to because they really get into your personal life, and to uproot someone else's personal life is like kind of too much.
So now I do have to mention this. Being in New York City, And I met you here, of course, many years ago in New York City. I'm walking through Times Square, and what do I see up in the billboards, the advertisements of Times Square, which are like worldwide attention. But Ms. Dominique, how did that feel?
It felt amazing. Again, I speak about validation, but Whoopi Goldberg, Tom Leonardis, our executive producers, Cecilia Esconcion, our model management, and Oxygen, they got together and they decided that this is what they were going to do for us, you know? And so we ended up with billboards, and what more can you want but a pound of 50s?
Of course, no. So, much success with that. We can't wait, for hopefully season 2.
Hopefully.
Katie, keeping our fingers crossed. Tell us about your other project. You wrote a book. So a model who can not only read but write.
That is such a stereotype.
I know.
No, my book is The Transsexual from Tobago, revised. I self-published in 2015, and it's my life. But if the book wasn't done, I wouldn't be able to be so vulnerable on television and not have to crawl into a corner, So my book, it's available on Amazon, but it's my life. It's the story that, what you don't see on Strut, you can read that and you'll go, oh, okay, now I get it.
What's the exact title so people can look it up on Amazon?
The exact title is The Transsexual from Tobago, revised.
Awesome. Look it up, people. Buy it up. Any new projects that you have coming up besides the show?
Well, we can't really talk about those.
Any hints? Or modeling?
Let's just say my modeling career is getting better, and I get to engage more on non-profit and more of an activism and advocacy kind of level.
Awesome. Thank you so much for all your work. You've been around our legendary supermodel, our very own.
Thank you for the work that you do.
You're welcome. Thank you. We all have to do our little part,
Exactly.
Thank you, love.
Mwah. Mwah. Take care.